live in the newsroom with those details, plus ways to identify an e-cig, some that are being made to look like other things now, like flash drives even, to confuse parents. Lauren.
Yeah, that's right. These new e-cigs are being sold in many ways, and it's making it that much harder for parents to recognize the toxic product. Last year, according to the Centers of Disease Control, more than 2 million middle and high schoolers reported using e-cigarettes. The FDA taking aggressive action, sending out more than 1,300 warning letters and fines to retailers and online shops caught selling to minors.
If the companies are truly heartfelt about not promoting and marketing towards children, they should make it as hard as possible for the children to get the device. It's that simple.
Dr. Eric Presser says the long-term effects on minors can be devastating.
These devices have fruity flavors. And the example I always give is that the FDA has approved for the popcorn flavoring to be ingested, but not smoked. So we really don't know the long-term effects, but we do know that whenever you inhale any of these toxic substances and the chemicals that are inside, they are going to have a detrimental effect. Effects
that may not surface until later in that adolescent's life. According to a survey conducted by the National Institute on Drug Abuse, 66% of minors who've tried e-cigs didn't think there was nicotine in the device. It's a common misconception of many minors. Quentin Exton hears it firsthand.
I had conversations with kids and they would tell me things like, well, it doesn't have any nicotine.
He's the chief executive officer of the Boys and Girls Club of the Coachella Valley. E-cigs haven't been a problem on his campus, but it's become a topic of discussion.
Before you should talk about cigarettes, gateway drugs, now we got to add that to the mix. They tell us stories about things happening at school and things being taken away from kids, and kids trying to entice them to try it, and trying to convince them that it's not harmful.
Exton says education is the best way to combat the issue, including educating parents.
First thing is to communicate with your kids, right? And ask them questions. And secondly, I would go on an educational expedition myself. Just look around the stores and see what they're selling and ask the cashiers, what is that? What does it taste like? Is it harmful? And a lot of times they'll tell you the truth.
And retailers have 60 days to come up with plans to keep their products out of children's hands. For parents with questions, one way to recognize an e-cig that may look like a USB or flash drive is to check for a scented refill pod attached to the